Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to change the oil in my 2008 Hummer H2. This thing's got 65,500 and some miles on it, and I actually just picked it up last night. So check out the video. I actually post the link right above here, and check that video out. Just do a quick walk around of the truck and just share some of the details about it. But before I change the oil, I actually just added 6 ounces of Seafoam, right? And with this truck having 65,000 miles on it, I thought it'd be a good idea to add 6 ounces per the recommendation on the bottle. It's pretty easy to do, nothing major here. Got my rag just in case I spill a little bit. But we'll go ahead and dump this right into the engine oil. Here we go. Good deal. And I just did that. I'm actually going to go drive this thing around a little bit. Recommends driving between 30 to 60 miles. And if you really read the back of it, it talks about keeping your engine running clean. It helps break down some of the residues and deposits that can restrict oil flow and engine lubrication. So hopefully it'll help out. And then, like I said, when I get back from driving it, we'll change the oil and see what it looks like. And this thing's actually on empty, right? So of course the dealership didn't fill it up for me. So I'm gonna go fill this thing up. It's got like a 32-gallon gas tank. And I know premium 91 octane gas is about $4.25 a gallon. So I'm guessing it's gonna cost somewhere in the neighborhood of 120, 130 bucks to fill this thing up. So thankfully it's not going to be a daily driver for me, but I'm going to go drive this thing around, fill it up with gas, and we'll see you here in a little bit. Thanks. Well guys, I'm here at the pump and she did not disappoint. If you can see that or not, but the gas pump actually stopped at $125. So I think we'll just call that good. All right, guys, so I got it lifted up just enough for me to squeeze underneath here. I can fit under here without the jack. So typically I'd put jack stands underneath here, but if something were to happen, I'd still, I have enough room because I slid underneath here. I just wanted to get a couple more inches of clearance. So, plus I'm not really too far under the vehicle, so. All right, let's see here. Let's get the oil drained out of this thing. Okay, let's get this socket on here and get this drain plug out. There we go. Let's turn our pan around here so the oil will drain. Drain that way, there we go. All right, so I have no idea what this oil is going to look like. Who knows when the last time it was changed. So we'll get it going here. Hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess. There we go. So I did put some Seafoam in the engine oil, and I drove it about 45 miles, and hopefully that helped loosen up some of the nasty sludge and gunk. So yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but the oil is just making a huge mess. I'm gonna see if I can't bring you in here on the camera a little bit. Just hitting that crossbar and just making a huge mess, but that's why I put some cardboard underneath here. See if I can't get the camera and bring it in closer here. Here you go. So I don't know how much that you can see, but it, it's okay. It all went in the oil drain drip pan, but I got a little bit on the cardboard. So all is good, but the oil looks super dark and dirty. The computer on the dash said that the oil had about 35% oil life left. So you guys know what that means. This thing probably should have been changed a long time ago,
but nevertheless, we're getting our change. So, all right, next I'm gonna get the oil filter off and get that changed out. All right, I got the old oil filter off, and gosh, that was it's actually kind of difficult. So I don't have an oil filter wrench because none of my cars I've owned in the past needed one. It's been easy access to get up there. So I can tell you, before I change the oil the next time, I'll certainly be getting an oil filter wrench. So just gonna lube up the ring on the filter here, and then we'll get this installed and get it filled back up. I've pretty much only used Mobil 1 oil almost my entire life, really. I think when I was younger, I maybe used Valvoline a couple times because that's something my dad was using. But ever since I started kind of doing things on my own, I've just always used Mobil 1. I think it's probably the best oil. Certainly, some people think Royal Purple AMSOIL is better. You know, there's always opinions on everything, but I'm kind of the school that, you know, if you change the oil, you know, frequently enough, you know, Mobil 1 will protect it just fine. So, all right, I'm gonna get this back on, and I'll see you when we start filling it back up. All right, guys, so I conceded here. I ran to Advanced Auto Parts and got a oil filter wrench. I think it only cost like $9 or something. But once I put the filter on, it was just too hard. I couldn't get my hand up in there to tighten it up. So, so I'll take you underneath and show you. Guys, not sure if you can see up here, but we've got the oil filter wrench, and much easier. It's just so tight up here. Gosh, unbelievable. This is too thick. It will not go around the oil filter. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is terrible. All right, so talk about an embarrassing and frustrating experience here. So again, this is my first time changing the oil in the 2008 Hummer. I went and purchased this oil filter wrench, and there's not enough clearance underneath there. It just would not work. It's this part here is too thick, and there's just not enough space to get between the oil filter and the housing. So I had to run back to auto parts store and got the strap version of the wrench, and this thing worked perfectly fine. And I wish I just would have gone with this one in the first place, but I actually like the feel of this one better, and this will work for the rest of my cars. And like I said, I didn't have an oil filter wrench before this, so I just kept them both. So, you know, it happens, right? Okay, wrapping up what feels like the world's longest oil change. So you certainly live and learn, and I learned quite a bit on this one. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing filled back up with 6 quarts of Mobil 1 5W30. I think this is probably the best oil you can get. I know there's a lot of opinions out there, but this is just what I roll with, and you know, what I feel good about putting in my cars. So here we go. Nice and clean. Hummer's gonna be happy. All right, we got 5 quarts in. Here we go. The last little bit of liquid gold out of there. There we go. And I'm probably going to put in maybe 3/4 of the quart. I'll start it up and let it run for a moment, and then I'll check the oil level and probably end up adding the last 1/4 of it, but don't want to overfill it. So it's about 75%. There we go. All right, well, I'll start it up and we'll check it here in a minute. Okay, so just finished changing the oil in the 2008 Hummer H2, and we are now going to reset the engine oil counter, whatever you want to call it here. So turn the ignition on, you don't start it, press the gas pedal 3 times.
Brooklyn, I'm in the front.
And it should be resetting. And here you can see it shows the engine oil life at 100%, so reset, super easy. Just turn the ignition on, hit the gas pedal 3 times, wait about 10 seconds, turn the ignition off, and then start the engine, and there you go, you're good to go. All right, well, wrapped up what feels like the world's longest oil change with the whole filter fiasco. Or filter wrench fiasco, I should say. But I'm gonna dump the old oil back into the container. I mean, this stuff looks pretty nasty, but I guess any used oil does. But yeah, this stuff is about as black as you can get on any oil. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it's just completely black. You drinking some of Mommy's water?
She said don't drop it. I won't.
All right, just totally nasty. I'm glad to get that out of the engine. Get her filled up with some fresh Mobil 1. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Please, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be making a lot more videos in the future. I've got a lot of plans for the truck, and definitely would love to see you on the next one. Thanks.